Alright, so today's simple mod is this. And I've showed this off before at one point or another. This is a resonator delete for the intercooler hot pipe underneath the car. So we're gonna go ahead and try to attempt this. This is probably one of the coolest and simplest and cheapest performance mods you could do for the car. The stock resonator pipe basically has kind of like a muffler, and it's basically meant to eliminate or quiet down the turbo sound. So with this, this is just a straight pipe, so you will get louder turbo sounds, but at the same time, because you're removing the resonator, you won't have heat soak that could be created by that specific part. The resonator tends to hold hot air because of all the baffling, so you know this might help cool it off a little bit. Nothing major, it's not gonna net you like a ton of horsepower, but nevertheless for about 20 bucks, it's probably one of the best and cheapest mods you could do. But let's get straight into it. So the one thing really quick to note, and you're probably wondering why I'm underneath the hood of the car and not under the car, is you see this bolt right there? So that specific cap is on the clamps that are holding the same pipe underneath the car. So what you need to do is you need to have a flathead and kind of try to pop that off. Once we get one removed, hopefully I'll be able to show you. So that's what they look like. When you get a flathead, you should be able to pop it off, and this is what the underside looks like. There's gonna be two of these because there's two clamps, one for each end, holding the resonator on. So basically you'll just need that and then some pliers to loosen stuff up. And essentially once you get those clamps loosened, again, they look like this. So once you get those clamps loosened up, then basically you can just remove the resonator easily by kind of wiggling it out. And then you're gonna put this one in. So let's get down there and I'll show you where it's at and get straight on it. So here's the friend Albert, and he's taking it off. But yeah, it should be relatively easy. For those of you who are suckers like me and can't handle the heat, I'd probably suggest letting the car cool off a bit, as again, this is coming from the hot side, so it will be hot if you just drove the car. Essentially, maybe doing this in cooler weather or before you drive the car anywhere. But I will mention that, ironically enough, if you did drive the car, it might help out because the rubber will be warm, so it will let it expand a little bit. So it should be slightly easier to remove. The trade-off is that you might burn yourself a little bit, so yeah. So real quick, one thing that we mentioned is I've actually been here about 30 minutes to an hour. That's how long the car's been sitting on, because we're working on something else, which I'll show you guys in a bit. But while we have the car lifted, we figured, hey, finally install this. Cool, so it's off, removed. Big thanks. But here on the left side, this is the resonator. So as you can see, like I said, this is the resonator part that's kind of like a little muffler. And those little slits is where the sound obviously bounces in there and gets muted. Whereas this doesn't have any of that, it's just a straight pipe. So none of the heat will soak in like in those little chambers. Because this is just a straight pipe, so the air will just go directly. So that should help out a bit. So literally we're just gonna go back down there, put this in, clamp it up, and you are done. And that's how easy this simple mod is. All you need is a jack, some stands to keep the car up, maybe like a flathead screwdriver and some pliers, and you should be on your way. So let's get it installed. So I'm just showing you guys as I'm going down, so you can have an idea how far in it is. So this is my arm's length, and it's still probably about another foot away, but there's the pipe now, the new one, fully clamped on, sealed. So I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see it. There we go. So simple, no more little muffler portion hanging. It's just that straight pipe, and we just honestly reused these same two clamps and then put the cap back on. So the biggest thing is a lot of people are gonna think that those caps require a special tool or something. It's literally just a cap. So like I said, flathead underneath, pop it up, and then you can just basically loosen them up. That cap is basically what holds it tight like that. So, you know, you squeeze the clamp back as, you know, tight as you can, and then cap it up. So it's pretty much done. I will do a test drive and kind of let you know how I feel about it, but yeah, that's basically it. We're done for the day. Alright guys, so now that res delete pipe is installed, let's turn it on and see if it actually makes a difference sound-wise. My windows are down and I'm parked, and this is gonna be a cold startup, so let's see. It honestly sounds the same. I don't hear anything louder, but I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit and then I'm gonna spool it up and see if I hear anything. So yeah. So peekaboo guys, do you see what's in between these spokes? It's not a black spring anymore.